Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm in the backyard of the apartment building that I live in. This is a small corner at the back. Not too many people come back here, so hopefully I'm out of the way. Amazon has just left. They delivered my package. I ordered the Onetigris Northgaze tent. It's a cotton canvas TP hot tent. Let's open it up, see what's inside. The bag seems to be a light canvas, which I think is the same material as the tent. Setup guide is sewn to the bag. This will be our center pole. Which is aluminum and a fair size. Here's the bag with our tent stakes and our guy lines. Now they used to send really cheap tent stakes with this, but now they've improved them. And then of course the tent. Now apparently there is a line that attaches in the tent so that when you lay it out on the ground, you make sure that line is connected and you cannot pull any tighter than that, and that way it gives you a perfect pitch almost every time. Because it's a hot tent, it comes with a stove jack, but look at what they did here. I kind of like it. It's got a small piece of material around where the stove jack goes, and then there's zippers so that you can pull it down and the flap ties at the bottom below where your stovepipe goes. Most other tents, this ties up here, and when your stovepipe comes through, there's a risk of touching it. This negates that. If you've got your stove in the right spot, your pipe will come through here and it won't come anywhere near anything. Here's that strap that goes from one end to the other to keep it tensioned. Once it's up, it's got a quick release buckle so that you can get it out of the way. Just make sure before you take the tent down to buckle it up again so that it's there for the next use. It has spots to tie guy lines all the way around the tent so that you can pull it away from the center to give you more space. It has a vent like this on either side, and it's got a rigid piece in here with a Velcro tab so that at night I can have it open for good airflow, but I can Velcro it closed if I need to. Now, having the stove in there, I won't be closing that because I'm going to want as much ventilation as possible. Now you see the door is open on this side. But it also has a door on this side. Now, I don't have any extra poles with me. I don't have time to go cut branches, but if I chose to, I could unpeg the front here and using 2 branches, open it wide open. There are snow skirts all around this tent, except for the 3 front panels where your 2 doors are. So those will be great for keeping a lot of the draft out, and having a little bit of air coming in through the doors will be perfect because it'll just help circulate the air. Less chance of CO2 poisoning, which is fine by me. It's just big enough in here. I've got the stove set up with room for both cots for Anne and I. I may play with the configuration when we actually come out and camp. We'll have to use it a few times to see. But there's room at the end of the cots for some storage. There's tons of room behind the stove for lots of storage. And Lucy can sleep right here between the 2 cots. Now, I wrote just a couple of things down here. This tent is 6.7 feet in height, which is 205 centimeters. It's 11.8 feet across, or 360 centimeters. The total weight of the tent is 15.8 pounds, or 7.2 kilograms. But honestly, it's a winter tent. More often than not, this will be in the sled and I'll be pulling it behind me, so the weight doesn't really matter. I was looking at the Rock Fortress because it's a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. And then I came across this one. The Rock Fortress is just a sill nylon. This one is actually a canvas. So it'll be a little bit better. It'll keep the heat a little better. So it should work out great that way. And when I originally found this one, it was in a tan color. And it was the exact same price as the Rock Fortress. I was looking at it, I was looking at the dimensions of it, debating on whether I wanted to spend that much. It was $379 plus tax, which would have propped me up just over the $400 mark. And then I noticed they had it in green, and for some reason the green was only $331. With tax, it came up to $375. So buying this one with tax, I still saved a couple of dollars off of buying the tan one. No idea why. Not gonna question it, not gonna argue about it. I'm just gonna take my money and run. The only thing left to do is to tie on the guy lines, and once I do that, it'll pull the tent out just a little bit more, just to give us a tiny bit more headspace in here. But the first time you set up the tent, you have to tie all the guy lines on. I'm not gonna bore you with that. That's my last step. I'm just gonna run around, tie everything on, and then I'm taking it all down and putting everything away, and then hoping for cooler weather so that I can actually set it up and use it. But I think this is gonna be fantastic. Especially with, they gave us the stronger stakes this time. I like the way the stove jack is set up, that you roll down and get it out of the way. So that'll be an added bonus. There's just one more thing I want to show you, but for that I'm gonna have to close the doors. I have the Onetigris Ironwall tent. That one is only 5 feet tall, and the problem that I hate with that one, being a teepee style, the zipper for the door is way down there. So I have to get on my knees to open the door. Problem with that being, it's winter. The stove is going. The ground thaws. Now you kneel down to reach for the zipper. Your pants are wet. The part I like with this one, there's also a zipper at the top. Watch this. Ta-da! I can open it from the top down, step out, and then close it and open it from the bottom up. That is fantastic. And that will also help. If the fire ever gives me a hard time and it gets a little smoky in here, I can open up those top zippers to let more of the smoke out. So they'll be fantastic for ventilation if I need them. I think it's going to be a fantastic tent for this winter. Now all that's left to do is for me to go around and tie on all my guy lines and then take this thing apart. Because I want these guy lines to be easy to replace, all I'm doing is tying a loop at the end of the line, which I must admit is a fair sized line, and it's reflective. Now they've got these tabs, so I'm putting the loop through that tab, running the rest of the line through and pulling it snug. Now I can easily change it if I need to, but it'll still hold as a guy line. And check these out. They usually have the little plastic tabs for adjusters. This one, you stake it out and you've got a nice steel tab there. That should work fantastic. Guy lines have all been tied on, and I've wrapped them all up tight. Now I can take this thing apart and fold it up. I want to thank you guys for coming along. Always a pleasure having you with me. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. If you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. There'll be a drop-down menu. Select all, and it'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.